This course covers 3 sessions. We start with Session 1, Explore Fundamentals of Generative AI. In Session 2, you will be introduced to the Azure OpenAI service. And finally, we wrap up the sessions with Session 3, Explore Responsible Generative AI. Let's start by defining artificial intelligence, or AI for short. We could say AI is like a virtual assistant that mimics human behaviors, learns from its environment, and also performs tasks without being explicitly told how to do so. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence that involves the use of algorithms and statistical models to enable computers to improve a task as they gain more experience, essentially learning from data without being explicitly programmed. It's a powerful tool that can analyze large volumes of data, recognize patterns, and make predictions or decisions based on the inputs it receives. Generative AI, the topic we are focusing on in this course, is also a branch of machine learning and uses very complex deep neural networks behind the scenes. This fascinating technology has the capability to create new original content, whether it be in the form of written text, images, or even code, for example. Lately, generative AI has been taking center stage, especially in applications related to language processing. From helping craft persuasive speeches to generating insightful articles, it's revolutionizing the way we interact with language on digital platforms. Its capacity to analyze and learn from vast arrays of data allows it to offer nuanced and contextually aware responses or content, catering to a wide variety of needs and industries. As we delve deeper into this course, we will explore the immense potential and the transformative impact that generative AI holds in the evolving landscape of technology and communication. At the heart of this innovation are large language models. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly are these large language models, or LLMs? Well, they are like the masterminds behind the operations, adept at understanding and processing human language, also known as natural language processing, or NLP. Let's break down some of the wonderful things they can do. Imagine having a tool that can gauge the mood or sentiment of a piece of text. This is where LLMs come into play with their ability to analyze and classify text based on the emotions or sentiments conveyed in them. It's like having a little helper that can tell you the tone of a message at a glance. But that's not all. These models are also proficient in summarizing large bodies of text. Picture having to go through a long article or report, because an LLM can help you grasp the key points in no time, saving your precious time and effort. Moreover, these smart assistants can compare different text sources to find similarities in their meaning or semantics. This function can be immensely helpful in research and/or analysis, where comparing various documents for coherence and similarity is essential. Moreover, these smart assistants can compare different text sources to find similarities in their meaning or semantics. Now, let's directly go to the second session of the course, in this case about the Azure OpenAI service. Here is a snapshot of what you can expect from this session. We'll start with a very short recap about what generative AI is. From there, we'll dive into Azure OpenAI, and we'll give you a brief description of this powerhouse. I will also guide you through the steps on how to use Azure OpenAI. And as we move along, we'll explore the capabilities of Azure OpenAI, specifically regarding natural language processing, the magic behind its code generation abilities, and OpenAI's or Azure OpenAI's image generation features. And to run it off, we'll discuss the accessibility of Azure OpenAI, as well as touch upon its responsible AI policies to ensure we use it ethically and effectively. All right, let's get started with session 2. We have already described generative AI. Just remember, we can develop applications by creating new original content and also being able to understand natural language. In this session, we are going to dive into how Azure OpenAI provides access to generative AI for developers. In this session, we'll learn how to plan a responsible generative AI solution. Remember, generative AI is one of the most powerful advances in technology ever. That is why developers and others involved in creating generative AI solutions must adopt a responsible approach that identifies, measures, and mitigates risks. So we'll go in detail on all those stages. And finally, we'll talk about how to operate a responsible generative AI solution. At Microsoft, we hold the principles of responsibility and privacy in the highest regard. It's imperative to emphasize that this is not just another aspect to consider. It fundamentally stands at the core of every service we launch. Right from the inception, these principles are intricately woven into the fabric of our products and services. We have already seen that generative AI is one of the most powerful advances in technology ever. It enables developers to build applications that consume machine learning models trained with a large volume of data from across the internet to generate new content that could not be differentiated from content created by a human. With such powerful capabilities, generative AI also brings some concerns and requires that data scientists, developers, and others involved in creating generative AI solutions adopt a responsible approach that identifies, measures, and mitigates risks. The Microsoft guidance for responsible generative AI is designed to be practical and actionable. It defines a 4-stage process to develop and implement a plan for responsible AI when using generative models. Initially, it is vital to identify the potential harms that could stem from your planned solution. Being vigilant at this phase helps in framing appropriate safety nets as we move forward. Next, we emphasize measuring the presence of these identified harms in the outputs generated by your solution. This step involves meticulous scrutiny to prevent adverse outcomes effectively. Following this, we focus on mitigating these harms at multiple layers within your solution. This approach not only minimizes their presence and impact, but also accentuates transparent communication about potential risks to users, fostering trust and reliability. Lastly, we advocate for responsible operation of the solution, which involve a well-defined deployment and operational readiness plan, ensuring the solution's seamless and responsible integration into the existing ecosystem. It's noteworthy that these stages resonate profoundly with the principles embedded in the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, making this guide a synergized approach towards responsible AI development. Now, let's delve deeply into each of these stages, offering actionable insights and suggestions to foster the development of successful and responsible generative AI solutions. This approach ensures that we not only harness the potential of AI, but do so in a manner that is ethical and considers potential risks and pitfalls. As said, let's go deeper now into the first stage, identifying potential harms. To do this, we are going to break it down into 4 steps. The first is actually identifying potential harms. The potential harms that are relevant to your generative AI solution depend on multiple factors, including the specific services and models used to generate outputs, as well as any fine-tuning or grounding data used to customize the outputs. Some common types of potential harms in a generative AI solutions may include generating content that is offensive, pejorative, or discriminatory, generating content that contains factual inaccuracies, generating content that encourages or supports illegal or unethical behaviors or practices. Please consider reviewing the guidance in the Microsoft Responsible AI Impact Assessment Guide and using the associated Responsible AI Impact Assessment template to document potential harms. The second step is prioritize those identified harms. For each potential harm you have identified, assess the likelihood of its occurrence and the resulting level of impact if it does. Then use this information to prioritize the harms with the most likely and impactful harms first. This prioritization will enable you